Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for my client Brett's vlogs. Now we had a little bit of filming issues this week. Had some filming issues. GoPro he had been using broke, which I kind of told him that GoPros aren't that great. So he tried to use his current phone, and we had a bunch of misty stuff we laughed about. It's all hazy until we get to the deadlift day, and he's like, I got a new phone, it's so much clearer. But for the squats, it's a new training block, so we've increased training maxes. He did 315 for 8 here. So squat is slowly coming up. We're slowly coming up. Still seeing progress there. It's not quite where we want it, but it's coming along. It's coming along. Of course, we also had to talk about, not trying to train fasted and stuff. And I think he had a slightly rough week with his bench. And this is the only footage we got. Sorry, guys. A lot of times we get a lot of footage from Brett. We dealt with, again, like I said, some camera issues. So I would have liked more. But, it's enough to make the vlog work. At least we got the ramp up. So we didn't get other stuff on the squat day. But you guys know on his squat day, he does usually a 5x10. After the heavy work, we do belt squats, all that stuff. All right, his benching is, again, he benches close grip, prefers close gripping. We tend to do a lot of tricep work. Of course, I don't like that suicide grip. What's up with that, Brett? Get those thumbs around the bar. No reason to do a suicide grip. Come on. Much of my lifters, I've been catching them doing that lately. Catching them do that suicide grip. Like I said, I'm not a big fan. I don't see the benefit. Again, people who haven't learned how to grip the bar right sometimes. They feel it's a little more comfortable. But the benching is a little stalled this week. I would like to see it better. It's not bad, but he got, I think, something like 270, 4.5. So we didn't get any plus reps on it. We didn't get any plus reps on it. And it is touch and go there. So again, some stuff that we need to work on. We need to work on fixing. Right, of getting those pauses. Although here's his heaviest set, so I don't think that was his heavy set. See if he pauses them or not. Brett's been having a pretty good run, but yeah, I definitely don't want to see touch and go benching. And all my lifters know that. I'll start seeing some pauses. So I need to tell him, Brett, we need to start pausing more. Your bench will come up quicker if we start doing pause work. And I have to say this stuff in the vlogs because here's the reason. Some of my younger, more impressionable clients, they'll watch these vlogs and they'll be like, but why are you making me pause? He was doing this. This guy was rounding his low back. This guy was touching, going, why can't I do it? I'm like, well, I scold them for it. I don't want them doing it. We try to fix those things. So, it does have to be said. But I think that for Brent, that would help him a lot if we start pausing more. He's pausing quite a bit on this rep work. But I'd like to see the heavy work. And I always remind my guys, those reps don't count. They don't count. Because if we're touch and going and we're using those to try to chase more reps or PRs, we can cheat on them more. And we'll cheat ourselves. Not only that, we also have the pectoral development end of it. We'll cheat ourselves. Now, his dips are getting real strong. He's up to where he's like, dude, I can knock out sets of 20. I'm like, well, if that's the case, let's start slowly adding some weight to these. Because a lot of times, a lot of guys can't do them weighted this far into the workout. All right? They don't have the tricep strength and stuff for it because, again, he's done heavy benching, then we did volume benching, and then we do the dips. So, again, a lot of guys will struggle with them there, but he's at a point where he's not. So again, the bench day, we bench, we close grip. We do chins or pull-ups. I'm letting him mess with some chins now. All right. Better bicep development. And we do band press downs. Right? We do band press downs. But again, I always remind you guys, you can see the sheet. For those curious, we train 3 days a week for him. All right, we train 3 days a week. Squat, bench, deadlift day, and then we fill in obviously supplemental work into all of it, all of our tricep work and hamstring work and pull-ups and chin-ups and stuff. We fill in different days, depending upon where I need them for that lifter. right? Where I need them for that lifter. And, a lot of my guys have had a lot of luck doing the 3-day training. And I've gotten to a point now to where I question if, advanced lifters really need more than 3 days of training at all, of actual lifting. I'm not saying conditioning and GPP, because people say, what about work capacity? But we can do that on off days. We can do it after. Conditioning is not strength training and hypertrophy work the same way. And if we have energy left after a lot of this stuff, we could use it for conditioning. Now, deadlifts went pretty good for him. I think we got, for his top set, 475 for 8, which is pretty similar to his last one. I know last time we were up to, 505 for 8, and we got 475 for 10 today, or 75 for 10. So again, we're working off of plus sets off these percentages. Now, again, I'd like to see him get all of his volume in. So I don't always know if he did it, because he did chat with me a while back. Well, I feel like the plus sets give me 80% of my gains. Do I even need to do all the volume? I'm like, yes, we do. You'll stagnate and regress if we do just the plus sets eventually. You're an advanced lifter, right? You pull over 600 as a max at this point. You bench over 300. We have to have a certain amount of volume to continue to get adaptation. And just because we feel like something does that doesn't mean that it does. This other volume work does matter. Now, the plus sets are the primary driver of his strength adaptations, though. Right, this is where we get the strength. It's where we get the strength from all of it. Of course, on deadlift days for him, usually, we're doing back work and bicep work and stuff also with it. It's where we tend to work it in, but I don't think we got much of that on camera this week, did we? Because I've been working his leg work into the lower day, the belt squats, the glute ham raises. So we like to do chins and curls on this day, because again, he cares about arms a little bit. He's a taller, lankier guy. I know a lot of people are like, he's not looking too lanky these days, but he's a tall, lanky guy. So filling out those limbs, can be a little bit of work for him sometimes. So we usually do curls there. We didn't get footage of it. But, so again, our deadlifting here, this is his peak set, it might be, or it might have been the last one. And then we do 5x10 afterwards. Right, we do 5x10 at 50%. 50% training max. I think here he's doing these raw, and I really would almost rather see it the other way. I would rather see my guys do their heavy sets, with their raw grip and their volume with straps. And I always say that, but they don't always listen. Again, the nature of being a coach. Some guys decide they want to do things kind of their own way. And I'm more permissible with my advanced guys with that, as long as they're not getting hurt. It's when they start doing stuff that's going to get them hurt that I've got an issue. So that's the other thing people need to remember. I'm a little less harsh with these more advanced lifters sometimes, because they do have more experience under the bar. They do know a little bit more about what does work for them or causes them issues. But when it becomes a risk of injury, that's when I really, really get involved. And then he finishes up with his chins here. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.